I'm the sweet and simple kind. I want an old-fashioned house with an old-fashioned fence and an old-fashioned millionaire. I'd like a plain, simple car, a cerise Cadillac, long enough to put a bowling alley in the back. I want an old-fashioned house with an old-fashioned fence and an old-fashioned
My guest today is Miss Eartha
millionaire.
Kitt. She's an international star of stage and screen, and she has so many stories. Watch the show, and they're aspiring to be singers or to be dancers. And it's nice to know when they do come from a poor family that they can make it. You know, that it's not
just because you want to be a dancer or a singer, though. Mm-hmm. Because the business is a very difficult business. It's a hard situation to be in. And I know a lot of people who want to be in show business as a singer or a dancer or anything in the business. But it takes a lot of training to sustain. Anybody can be in a business like ours, particularly if they want to press a button and become quote-unquote stars overnight. But they don't realize it's a very hard job, particularly if you don't have any training.
But how did you get your training?
I went for an audition as a joke with the ballet company of Catherine Dunham in New York, and I won a full scholarship, which to me in many ways is still a joke, because I had no intentions of being in show business. I know nothing about show business. I don't even know if I want to know anything about show business, to tell you the truth. But I enjoy my work, and since fate threw me into that position, I slept on the rooftops of New York. And I slept in the subways. In order to get money, I did any kind of little jobs, you know, filling envelopes and things like that. I was in school, but I had the kind of teachers that were pushing me out of school. They thought that I was, well, according to one of my teachers, I was too intelligent to be in school.
Oh my gosh.
And as a result, I was never in one class very long. I was always pushed up and up and up. But when the spring came, of course, being a child of the forest, because that's what I had to depend on as a kid in the South.
Right.
And being sort of like an animal, I always relied on nature to take care of me. So I would take a stick and find a piece of chewing gum, and I would pick the coins out of the subway grating.
Oh, that was good. That was very smart.
And today, when I sing about, particularly in the song that you saw the other night, Pat, the poem that I wrote.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Life made me beautiful at 40. Yeah, and I said, I took my very expensive dinner from the Churchill Hotel in London and went to my room because a bomb came into the hotel.
I know.
And they told us to go to a room, and I said, I took my very expensive dinner because once a bag lady, always a bag lady. Well, I'm the original bag lady, because it's true. I used to go through the streets of New York and pick the garbage cans, but in those days the food was much better than it is today.
That's right.
And find any means of survival that I possibly could. So when somebody came to me and asked me if I wanted to go for an audition for the ballet company, of course the bulbs went off in my head with these fantastic ideas that maybe fate has thrown me these cards, I should take advantage of it. So when I won a full scholarship, I thought it was hysterical. And I still do, actually. So it was a place for me to hide. I had a unit that was like a little family. I could get away from my aunt and still be responsible for myself, because I never wanted to be a burden to anybody. I still don't. I think that's one of the reasons why I never married any of those very wealthy men who came into my life and promised to take care of me for the rest of life. I don't want to be taken care of, for Christ's sake. No. I can do that myself. I'd love to do it myself, because that gives me the honor of being responsible for me rather than somebody buying me. And therefore, today, I'm very glad that I'm still here, and the audience is still paying.
Oh, they will, forever.
To see what they call Eartha Kitt now. But thanks to England, thanks to France, thanks to Turkey, Greece, and all of the countries that I went to on contracts without a passport. Sometimes I got paid, sometimes I didn't. But I got a fantastic education. And that was more important at that time to me. And I think in many ways it still is much more important to have savvy, to know how to survive without begging.